Okay. Now let's talk about Caitlin Clark. But before we get started, I want to thank y'all for tuning in to the Gertie Mac Show, taking y'all time to subscribe to the channel, liking and sharing my videos. I really appreciate all that. Now let's go. So the big game is today, or quote unquote the rivalry game. Basically, Chicag Sky, angelreese versus Indiana Fever, Caitlin Clark. Now Caitlin Clark and Indiana Fever are coming in hot. Caitlin Clark recently set another record for the most 3 points made. She has been on fire and raining 3 points down like 100% chance of thunderstorms. Now, this game right here is important for both teams. Indiana Fever need to keep winning to even get further up in the rankings for the WNBA playoffs. Chicag Sky, they need to win just to even be able to continue to have a chance to get in the playoffs. I think the 8th seed. Now we have another thing that's been going on. That is the Rookie of the Year. Basically, it's between the two new players in the WNBA. That's angelreese and Caitlin Clark. Who will it be to get it? If we have to vote right now and pick somebody to get it, we got to be honest. It would be Caitlin Clark at this moment. angelreese, she had her moment. The Chicag Sky been losing. But now, Caitlin Clark in the pregame interview was asked about her and angelreese about the Rookie of the Year, and you'll be surprised at Caitlin Clark's response. She kind of, had a little feistiness this time about her question, her response. Y'all check out this video.
But for you and Angel to both kind of be going at it for it, how fun is that when there's a competition element to a big award like that?
I mean, I think me and Angel would both give you the same answer. Like, you don't wake up and think about individual awards. I know that's what all of you think we do. I know we don't. Like, that's what everybody wants to make this about. But like, we both of our teams are competing for playoff spots. Like, that's our main focus. That's a selfish thing to just care about an individual award. And she would give you the same exact answer. I'm sure she has given you the same exact answer. So for us, like, everybody can write that, but our focus is on winning basketball games. It's simple as that. Like, it's winning basketball games. And that was the same story for us when we were in college. Like, if you're playing basketball to win individual awards, no matter what level you're at, you're doing it wrong. And that's not fun. And that's not being a good teammate.
How big is it, the fact that there are these conversations about you two with Rookie of the Year, both of you guys are in a playoff push? I mean, in terms of keeping the interest or keeping that interest and attention on the game.
Yeah, I think it's great. I mean, you always want people to talk about women's basketball, and, hopefully it's done in a way where it's positive about the game and how amazing the game is and how great the players are. And I think appreciating this league for what it is and how many amazing players are in this league. And there's a lot of amazing other games other than just the Fever and the Sky, and appreciating that too. Like, I've been one that's always supported the WNBA and loved having it on and love watching it. And I do the same now that I'm in the league. I try to watch as many games as I can, not even from the standpoint of like, I want to know what they're doing, but just as a fan. Like, I love watching the game. Like, I just love basketball. I have men's basketball on. I have women's basketball on all the time. Like, I'm just a fan of the game. And I think the more we can grow that across the board in the WNBA is going to be huge.
So you heard Caitlin Clark talk about, she don't think about individual stats, and she can assure you that angelreese doesn't either. And she will give you the same response. Now you can tell Caitlin Clark was, like I said, she was a little irritated a little bit. She kept a smile on her face, but she know this is way bigger than individual accolades. This is basketball. It takes a team to win. Individual accolades are not going to get you to the finals. It's not going to get you wins. angelreese had plenty of double-doubles, and the team lost. Caitlin Clark then had records as a rookie, but Indiana Fever lost. So those individual stats are strictly what they are, individual. Now, this is the last game of this series, like I said. So they both got to pull out a win. Indiana Fever is the favorite to win. Chicag Sky, even though they are at home, they are an underdog. Now, I don't really know how long this game between these two teams can be a rivalry if Chicag Sky doesn't get better. They have not been playing well. Kennedy Carter will be out tonight again. To me, She is the game changer for Chicago Sky. They miss her on the court indeed. Her playing abilities, her defense, they're going to need someone that can step up to the plate and stop Caitlinclark. Now, and then you also have Kelsey Mitchell, and you also have Lexi Hull, who is going to be starting again tonight. I want to say for her second time. She has been on fire, so I hope she can continue knocking down those threes as well. Now, Chris decides she responded to a whole lot of stuff. You know, social media people be wanting her job. They want to get her fired. Don't feel like she can coach the team. Well, before the game, she talked to the media, and she had this to say about their matchup tonight versus Chicago Sky.
With Kelsey, she was saying, like, we know Chicago's a team that is fighting for its playoff lives, but we still have goals too. Like, you guys still want to make the playoffs and everything, obviously. So when you think about the hunger that Chicago's going to be coming in with, but also what you guys still have to do, what are the kind of the focuses, either scouting report wise or also just for you guys individually as a team?
Yeah. We've just been preaching from day one, it's all about us. Make it about us. What do we have to do to make sure we give ourselves an opportunity to win this game? So, we're not trying to get caught up in all the extras and all the other outside stuff. Like, it is what we have to do to get better. That's, to win this game. Take care of the basketball, defend without fouling. We can't put them on the free throw line. And my gosh, they're the best offensive team in the league, rebounding team in the league. So we've got to make sure we're boxing out every possession.
How does Kennedy Carter, like, her absence change, the makeup of this team? Because she's obviously very dynamic.
Yeah, dynamic is a great word for Kennedy Carter. She's capable of putting up 25 points before you know it. She's just so skilled. Her game is so smooth. She's a really hard guard because of her speed, and she changes speeds very well. And so, I hope she's okay. I hope she feels better. I hope she's better after tonight.
Yeah.
But she just makes it really hard to guard. She's that good of an athlete.
And then when it comes to, like, this team, your team, the difference between the first half and the second, Kelsey talked about obviously those early challenges. You guys are figuring each other out. There's a lot of people that are like, is this team going to figure it out? I think many people knew you guys would at some point.
Yeah.
What do you attribute the figuring out to? Is it those early challenges? Is it just the players needing to, develop some camaraderie, some friendship? Like, how do you...
Yeah, I just think it was just put on such a stage with the expectations with the number 1 draft pick that we got in Caitlin. And guys, they won 5 games 2 years ago, and then last year we won 13. So the expectations from the outside was we should be winning every game. We're still in this rebuild. We're still in this process. We're still trying to just figure things out, get better. And you bring in a new point guard. It changes who she is. What she does changes how we played from last year. So that takes time. We played a game after 6 practices, and then we just got thrown into the fire with the competition with New York several times, Connecticut several times, Vegas. So people ask me, would you have rather played someone else instead of those? Honestly, I think we learned so much about ourselves during that time, and they never, the challenge was making sure they showed up every day to come to practice and get better, because it could have gone in several different directions, going 1 and 8. They kept showing up, and their work, to me, is what we're reaping that with the wins we're getting now.
Coach, I've heard you talk about the experience of being under intense media scrutiny this season. Do you feel like that has made you less trusting of the media's place in society? And you can tell us even though we're the media.
Yeah. I think just some of the narratives that are just so false, many of the narratives that are so false out there makes it hard for you to believe. So when you read articles that some of you guys do, and it's just spot on good journalism, like that just feels good, when you're giving good information and not finding a way to get a like or a tweet and I don't do a lot of social media, which is good. Ryan keeps me up to date on what I need to know. Sometimes he's like, you don't need to know anything, just go to practice. So just it's kind of where we are as a society, though, right? Like, not just basketball, but politics right now, and what do you believe, and so we just keep it about us and in our circle, and just keep getting ready for the next challenge ahead.
So Chris decides, speaking about the narratives that being painted about her, what's true, what's real, and what's not. As she said, most of the stuff is false. Now, the thing about it is this: Chris decides is going to remain in this bubble, being criticized until people see her go to the next level with this team. They'll win a few games, then they'll lose a very important game, and then people are right back on her about she don't have the ability to coach Clark. Now, this game right here is important. As of right now, Indiana Fever are down double digit. Chicago Sky is up by 10 points. Now, Chicago Sky, normally when they get a lead, they do a good job of trying to keep it, but Indiana Fever, do have that fight in them where they can come back. But they cannot let this game get too far out of hand. This is a very important game for both teams. They need to get the W. But y'all get in the comments, tell what y'all think about this. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like and share this video. Also hit that notification bell so you can be notified when I drop another video. And also follow my social media at GertieMac15. Holla.